Hello, America, and welcome to America's News. I'm Austin Bell.
I'm Christina Reale. Today we're going to be covering topics from the Great Depression all the way to the Second New Deal. We have special interviews and different broadcasts set for you today, so stay tuned. It's going to be a special one.
And now we start with breaking news. Here it comes.
Watch out.
Bring, 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 bring! Breaking news. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Austin Bell.
I'm Christina Reale.
And today we have some very bad news. Wednesday, October 30th, 1929 is the date. The U.S. economy has hit an all-time low. Yesterday, the stock market crash, also known as Black Tuesday, has caused bank failures and panic Americans. No! It's gone! Oh, my money! My money!
Zero.
How is this?
What is
How is
happening?
this possible? How is this
America is
possible?
screwed.
Oh no! Why? Americans, what are we going to do now, America?
Many Americans are fearful of what is to come. Here to share more is Katie Powers to share her personal strife.
In the studio today, we have Katie Powers, one of the victims of the stock market crash. I hear, Katie, that your husband was a big stockbroker. Tell me about that and how it's impacted your family.
Well, my husband was a stockbroker, and we thought it would bring us a lot of good luck and investment and money.
So you guys had a lot of stocks invested in the market before the crash, is that right?
We did, and so that's where most of our money went.
Mm-hmm.
And then once the stock market crashed, we lost all of our money, but also my husband's job. So that left
So
nothing.
how did you feel right when you saw the news of the stock market crash? What was your husband's feeling?
Well, we had like an idea that it was gonna happen. Well, he just like knew something didn't seem right, and like all the numbers weren't adding up. And so I did go to the bank, like to try to get some of the money out that we had put into the bank,
Right.
and all the banks were saying you can't take money out, and they just weren't like allowing people. So there was like long lines outside, and nobody could get money. And so after that, we kind of were like unsure of what was going to happen. And then once it crashed, we were kind of just like really in shock that it actually happened and devastated.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Katie.
Thank you.
That's Katie Powers with the stock market crash interview. Bing, 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 bing.
Good afternoon, America. I'm Christina Reale, and here I have with me.
Austin Bell.
So we head down south a little bit. The farmers have been struggling. Their crops have not been making the profit they've been hoping, and many have been moving to the Great Plains. But there they've been struggling too. The loose soil has been uprooting by the wind, and the dust bowls have been causing a lot of trauma. Here we have Farmer Mitch to hear about his personal story in this traumatic event. I want to thank you, Farmer Mitch, for being here today. I know you're going through a lot right now. So when did you decide to move your family out to the Mid-Plains from the south?
Well, I lost my job down south and kind of realized that it was time to move west and see if I could farm out there, but the conditions weren't any better and the loose soil really didn't help, and just kind of hurt my family a lot, and now we don't have a lot of money and we're not doing very well.
So do you have any salvageable crops currently?
Right now, no, I don't have any crops there. Just the soils aren't good and it's just really hard to grow crops right now.
So how has this affected your family and your home life?
Well, my family really doesn't have a lot to eat right now, and it's hard to find a job, hard to make money, and it's just really tough right now. The loose soil really kind of disperses the dust, and the dust just gets in our house, in our kitchen, and in our bowls, and in everything. We can't clean it. It just comes so fast that it's hard to stop it, and the wind really doesn't help at all either, because it just gets the dust in the air and starts dust storms, and it really stinks.
So what are your future plans?
My future plans are to join the AAA, and hopefully they will lower the supply of crops so that the crops will be worth more, and then hopefully that I can make a profit then.
That sounds awesome. Well, good luck.
This land is looking pretty bad. I don't think these crops are gonna grow this season.
Very dry.
This dust bowl has really hurt our family.
Oh my-
Stupid land! No! Boom, 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 boom! Hello again, America. It's Austin Bell.
And Christina Reale.
So today we've experienced some traumatic events. We've experienced the Dust Bowl in the Great Plains. We've experienced the stock market crash, and America's really been going through a tough struggle. And we know President Hoover is now out of office, and we now have Franklin D. Roosevelt, which is a new hope for America. Americans have been very optimistic about President Roosevelt. President Roosevelt has initiated many acts to help Americans get through the hard struggles that we've been experiencing.
And here to share his personal story about how the New Deal has positively affected him, we have Grandpa Joe.
Grandpa Joe, to talk about some of the acts that FDR has initiated. So, Grandpa Joe, how have these acts affected you and your life?
You know, it's really helped us get some hope, and because of FDR and the Social Security Act, it's allowed myself and others to finally retire.
Right. So, were you really looking to retire after your long years of working?
Yeah, at an age you kind of want to settle down and just use the money to just relax.
Right. So, can you explain how the Social Security Act works? I think you put in a little bit of your money over time, and then you take it out at the end.
It's kind of more like an investment. You know, it's just you get on what you get in return. So the CCC has given young Americans a lot of new steady jobs and steady income as well, and it's allowed the young people to really boost their confidence. In the
So you think that'll boost the economy of America and help for the generations to come?
Yeah, boost a lot of confidence.
Cool. So Grandpa Joe, there you have it. FDR's New Deal.
Thank God for Roosevelt, the CCC, and all these great people for giving me such a good job, good money, so I can be with my family, pay my bills, good Social Security.
Bing, 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 bing. Hello, America. I'm Austin Bell.
I'm Christina Reale.
And today, we're talking about the Second New Deal.
The Second New Deal is bringing additional hope to America. Roosevelt is putting in programs and public works projects to stimulate the economy, which is putting more money into consumers' hands. But you know what that means?
High economy.
And people are buying more goods. Also, people are getting more rights in labor unions, and workers are gaining additional rights. The Wagner Act is allowing people to join labor unions so they're able to fight for their rights and get higher wages.
So, America, are you going to fight for your rights, or are you going to be lazy?
Today we have with us Sydney, the factory worker. Thank you for being with us today.
Of course, I'm glad to be here.
So I hear you were part of the sit-down strike. Tell me a little bit about that and the pressure you felt during that time.
Yes, I was. I used to work in a clothing factory, and while we were there, we didn't agree with everything that was going on, and so to protest that, we had a sit-down strike. And so basically what we did was we just sat in our little section of where we worked, and we just never moved. We didn't work, we didn't do anything, and like including that we didn't eat. It was just very, I've never done anything like that before, and
that must have been great to finally feel like you were doing something to change what was going on.
Yeah, I felt like I actually had a say in what was happening, and I was making a change because we were so unhappy with what was going on, and
So what were the conditions like that were so bad?
It was just awful work conditions.
Obviously the wage as well.
Yeah, the wage was awful. Like I could barely afford to put food on my family's table, like on our table, and just trying to work like in that environment, and it was always hot and sweaty, and it was just like awful working environment, and then just the wage was just the worst part.
So now that the Wagner Act has been passed, you joined the labor union, correct?
Yes, I did, and that was a great decision.
We want rights! 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 How has it positively affected you?
Just being surrounded by people that have been going like through a similar thing, or like also just it's just a good place to gather around people that are in the.
You guys can all work together to get what you finally deserve.
Yes.
Well, thank you for being here today. This was Sydney and the Factory Worker.
Thank you for having me.
Hello, America. Today, we stand here as we successfully move through all these hard events in the past. We've gone through the Dust Bowl, we've gone through the Great Depression, we've gone through the New Deal and the Second New Deal. We've gone through Hoover, Roosevelt, and many other presidents that have helped us achieve success.
This has been Christina Reale
And Austin Bell on our special edition of Our History. Thank you.
Thanks.